What's up, guys, and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. It has been almost 1.5 years since we saw one of the greatest bodybuilding icon perform on that Olympia stage for one last time. Yes, I am talking about the 7 times Mr. Olympia, Heath, who is looking awesome. Phil is now in a position where he doesn't need to force feed. So his midsection has started to look better and better with the passage of time. And Phil himself admitted that he came back too soon after his hernia operation in 2020. He placed third in that contest. And part of the reason his physique looked different that year is due to the fact that when you have a fear of tearing something again, you can't train like your life depends on it. And that is what's required to be the best in the world. 7 consecutive Olympia titles. One of the greatest careers this sport has ever seen. Arguably the best arms in the history of this sport. Heath is a living legend and an inspiration to the millions around the world. After his Arnold Classic Brazil win, we all realized one thing. Rafael Brandao needs a lot more size to be competitive on the Olympia stage. Yes, he has been getting bigger every year, but there is still a long way to go. Chris is feeding him like crazy right now, as he revealed in a YouTube video that he is eating over 2,200 calories just in breakfast. He weighs over 270 pounds right now, and the off-season grind is in full flow. Rafeal did beat Samson to secure his Olympia spot by the end of 2021. But the Samson we saw at the Arnold and Boston this year, that was a totally different animal. I am excited to see how both of these compare at their first ever Olympia.
I wonder if you're ever going to say no more.
I'm sure I will. I'm sure I'm not going to be a 35-year-old bodybuilder, that's for damn sure.
Yeah.
I want to quit young.
This is Terrance's reaction to the news that Chris Bumstead once again mentioned that he plans to retire soon, and that is a great response. There are some great examples of some icons walking away from this sport while still being very young. 8 times Mr. Olympia Lee Haney retired at 31 years of age. One of the greatest posers this sport has ever seen, Lee Labrada retired at 33. Sean Ray retired at 36. So when guys like Terrance and Chris state that they want to exit competitive bodybuilding at a relatively young age, it's because there is more to life than just eating, sleeping, and training. Plus, the health and longevity factor, which is the most important. With that being said, 2022 is gonna be a wild year for classic physique. Terrance is gunning for that Olympia title. He is big, he is lean, and he is growing so well up to this point. So let's keep talking about classic. HorseMd aka Marcelo gave a complete physique update and guest posed 6 weeks out of his pro debut in classic physique category. Now, considering that this was taken after 6 hours flight, we expect him to hold some water. Now, about his guest posing, honestly, I wasn't impressed with his waist at first. Yes, he has a great vacuum, but that waist isn't very small, at least here in guest posing. But then I went back and analyzed his physique just before his last showing, when he won his pro card. That's where his true aesthetics are shining. Plus, there is another factor to be considered here. Marcelo still has to lose another 14 to 15 pounds from this point onwards to make classic physique weight. And he has to push harder than last time because of the weight cap. What are your expectations from him this year? Who is excited for New York Pro this weekend? One guy that wasn't able to make it to Indy Pro was Petar Kalancir. He is looking on the money for this one. Andrea Perseti, who won Portugal Pro last year and made it to the Olympia stage, he is also ready to rock the New York Pro stage as well. Justin Rodriguez has to nail this one because he is fighting for his Olympia qualification and his body seems tired. If he doesn't win in New York, he will either have to go Hassan Mustafa's 2021 route and rely on points to get to the Olympia stage, or do another show before the Olympia and get that win. I still think it's a matter of peaking. Justin wasn't that good at the Arnold Classics, especially the finals, but he did nail it 100% at Boston Pro. That physique could potentially win in New York. We know Blessing is in, so it is gonna be one hell of a show. And we do hope both of them nail their conditioning again and give us another great battle. Hit the thumbs up button if you like the video and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.